Good morning. Good morning to every one of you. It is 9:30, exactly 9:30 a.m. And we are here, broadcasting, live streaming from the Kubilo Events, platform. And I hope you're all logged in, tuned in, looking really nice. I know I can't see you. You can see us. And it's a Saturday morning, bright sunny morning, but it could also be the start of a life-changing morning for you. This could be one of the first where you start your serious commitment towards health. And my name is Charu. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Charu. I'm an entrepreneur on an e-commerce platform. And more importantly, my passion for radio keeps me very, 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 very happy and engaged. So I'm presently doing the morning show called Morning Safari on Radio Gaga. And Radio Gaga is Middle East's first only online and app Hindi radio station in the Middle East. And earlier you would have heard me if you're here in the UAE or the Middle East for a long time. I used to do the morning show on Radio 4. So happy to be here, happy to be supporting an event that promotes wellness, that promotes health. And this is something I believe that, all of us should now look at very seriously, because health is something that we all take for granted. It's almost like a treasure. Until it's stolen, we don't realize the value of it. So today I want you to listen very carefully to someone who has a world of experience, very, very vast experience in holistic healing. Okay. Now, whenever we want to listen to someone or whenever we want to take advice from someone, we usually do it with an expert. We want to know, okay, what has he done? What has she done? What has he accomplished? So that we listen, okay, that we should take in whatever he says as, something that is to be that can be, put to good use, or that can impact us in a very, very positive way. So first and foremost, the person who you already see on screen, Mr. Amar Chandel, is somebody who has not just, a few years, but almost 5 decades of experience. So imagine from 73, he has been practicing, naturopathy, holistic healing. So you're talking about 50 years almost of this knowledge that he has accumulated. Secondly, why we should be listening to him? Well, the kind of testimonials I have seen of students that he has impacted, they range from people who reversed things like diabetes, blood pressure, to also curing supposedly incurable diseases like cancer. And I feel this is the perfect time for us to be able to see him live, on the 17th and 18th at the retreat at Palm Jumeirah, because he, after doing sessions, webinars, events across the globe, from US to Canada to France to Singapore, for us in Dubai, it's the first. In fact, why just Dubai? In the Middle East, it's the very first time that he is here, for us, with us. And the best part about Mr. Chandel's teachings is it's not something where you have to, go up to the Himalayas and completely, renounce everything and start changing. It's small daily habits, as far as eating, as far as breathing, as far as little things are concerned, that can start our journey towards good health. So very, very happy to be, introducing this gentleman to you. Very, very happy to be myself listening into what he has to say, because this is going to be like a sneak peek, a preview of what is to happen on the 2-day event. Okay. And as you all know, it's not just an on-site event, it's also an online event. So if you're right now listening, trust me, the next 25 to 30 minutes is going to be a world of treasure for you, which you will value. And this for sure will take you, like I said, towards a life-changing journey. So thank you very much. And over to you, Mr. Amar Chandel. Thank you very much for being with us.
Namaste. Warm welcome from your friend from India, who would love to share with you the secrets of your health, happiness, and peace. I'm not able to see any of you, but one thing I can definitely be certain is that you've had some brush with illness, either your own or of some family member. And what is the standard practice? Standard practice is to go to a doctor or a hospital, take medicines or some treatment, which is absolutely the right way to do that. But what I want to share with you is that we should be aware of the overall picture on the diseases. In this world, there are thousands of diseases. The number may be even larger. all of them fall in two categories, one of which absolutely, definitely requires medical intervention, and the other category does not require any intervention at all. The ones which can be cured only with medical intervention are called acute diseases. I'll explain them. So we have acute diseases and they need medical treatment. Then we have chronic diseases which can only be managed, whose symptoms can be kept under check but cannot be cured. These acute diseases are the ones of which about 100 years ago or 200 years ago, they used to take millions of lives. Smallpox, cholera, leprosy, polio, tuberculosis, diphtheria. These were all eradicated by our wonderful doctors with the help of various medicines that they created or invented. But while these killers were vanquished, we got a new series of diseases called chronic diseases. You well know what are the killers today: heart problem, cancer, diabetes, cholesterol, stress, obesity, all these problems. These were either very, very rare in earlier times or were even absent. So they have come on the center stage now. What is common in them? The common thing is that these are lifestyle diseases. These are either triggered by some lifestyle mistakes or made worse by lifestyle diseases. Your medicines, your medical intervention can only keep their symptoms on a leash. They cannot be cured. Our problem is that we make mistakes and we pass on the responsibility to our doctor that you cure me. No, please. You have to take charge. We make a mistake, we cannot expect the doctor to set that right. We are being harsh on the talent or the time of our wonderful doctors by asking them to set right what we set wrong. Now, nobody wants to fall ill deliberately. In our innocence, we make mistakes, which makes things worse for us. That is where I come into the picture. We should be aware that what are the lifestyle mistakes we are making, so that, first of all, most of the diseases can be prevented. And even if we get them, we can get rid of them with minimum medical intervention. So you can call me a helper of the doctors, assistant of the doctors. In this brief time, I should be able to give you important tips on what are these lifestyle problems, what is meant by lifestyle. You see, your body is like a machine, any machine, more complicated, more sophisticated than any other machine. But at the end of the day, it is a machine. And every machine works according to certain set rules. Think of your car. There's so many things that you have to set right. You have to make sure that you put in right kind of petrol in it, air pressure, water in the radiator, gear oil, brake oil, clutch oil. So many things are in your hand. If you follow those rules, the car runs excellent. But if you happen to break those rules, the performance comes down. In our case, the need is all the more because we have two things which a car does not have. One, the car does not have emotions. And two, it does not have intellect. In our case, our mistakes not only cause us bodily discomfort or bodily diseases, it also gives us problem in our emotions and in our thinking capability also. So we have to be even more careful. Our tragedy is that we are more careful about the care of our car, but not that particular about our own health. Some of us do it out of vengeance. Now, who doesn't know that drugs are bad for you? Who doesn't know that alcohol or smoking is bad for you? Some people do it voluntarily. They are willing to take the risk. But most of us are not that blatant about it. We do not know where we are going wrong. If only we know, then it will be a rare person who would be making those mistakes. So my job or my lifelong mission has been to make people aware about what is the expectation from you as far as your lifestyle things are concerned. There are, in general, these things which have an impact on your health. 9 things actually. One is your eating. What you eat has an impact on your health. Your drinking, which includes water. In fact, mainly when I'm talking about drinking, I'm talking about water. So eating, number 2, drinking. Number 3, your breathing. I'll explain these 9 things at the end. Let me first enumerate those for you. So 3 is your breathing. 4 is your activity or exercise. 5 is the rest. 6, sleep. 7, stress management. 8, your attitude. And 9, your human relationships. Now let me explain. Human relationships mean what kind of relationship you have with your family members, your relatives, your neighbors. If there is bitterness in that, if there is a lot of feud, if there's a lot of heartburn, it will reflect not only on the health of the other person, but also you. This is something which is not completely in your hands. It is in the hands of other people. But the other 8 factors are entirely under your command, and let's discuss them one by one. Your attitude. If by nature I am hateful, jealous, angry, it will reflect on my health. Then comes your stress management. Nobody can eliminate stress. Stress is bound to happen. Otherwise, nothing will ever get done. After all, when it is the examination day, children are bound to have some stress. What is required is that we should be able to manage it properly. We should be only that much angry or that much sad as the occasion demands. The practical issue is that we tend to overreact. We are overreacting to most of the situation. So the program that I teach tells you how to react in a balanced manner, how to dissipate your stress. Then comes sleep. Ever since we have invented electricity, and ever since we have become very busy people, we think that we can cut down on our sleep, or we can sleep whenever we feel like, even if it is we want to sleep at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock at night, we think it is okay. No. We have to know those rules also. Then comes your rest. Now, rest and sleep may sound to be similar, but they're different. During sleep, you are totally oblivious of the world. You do not know where you are, if it is proper sleep. Rest is you are awake, but you want to give rest to your body as well as mind. Unfortunately, we have lost that art also. What happens is that our body goes in the neutral gear, but the mind is still in the fifth gear. That is also an art that we have to learn. Then comes your exercise or physical activity. You see, most of us are happy when we are leading a restful, sedentary life. But our body is a dynamic machine. You should know this. Sitting is the smoking of this century. The damage that was in the previous century being done by smoking, today, the desk job that we do is causing the same problems. So how to do your maximum exercise in the minimum time, that is a very important cornerstone of the program that I teach. Then comes your breathing. When we were engaging in very vigorous activity, we were breathing very deeply, but in the present times, we are not able to take in sufficient air also. So that again is leading to lot many diseases. Most of the bacteria, most of the other germs are anaerobic. That means they don't like air. And when we have shortage of air, we fall. Then comes your drinking. How much water to drink, what time to drink. Such a small thing also has an impact. But the most important factor is what you eat. Our West Asia sits over oil. Tell me one thing. If the petrol of your car is contaminated or bad, will the best car of the world run properly? No. Just as contaminated oil can play havoc with your car, your food also plays havoc with your body. So you have to be very careful. And these are the kinds of little things which, when done together, perform a miracle. The so-called lifestyle diseases, which had been haunting us for 10, 20, 30 years, which were not going away despite the best treatment, they just vanish without trace. So I don't have to, I just don't have the time today to explain all those things, but you should be clear that once you have mastered the art of these 9 things, you can perform near miracles on yourself. So the holistic program goes way beyond dieting. In fact, I hate this word. Dieting has never solved any problem. Anything which has a fixed date to begin and a fixed date to end is doomed to failure. What we have to learn is sane, sensible eating and drinking. Once we can do that, sky is the limit. We can perform miracles. What I'm teaching has been practiced in my family for the past 4 generations with some remarkable results. So it is not just theoretical knowledge, it is all practical, which has helped thousands of people to get rid of their diseases. The best part is that it's not the end of relationship the moment somebody has done his course. They are all made part of a group which is used by me to give daily tips on health, and the people also ask questions. You'd be surprised to know that some of the people who did this course way back in 1973 are still members of this group, and they are actively taking part in all communication that we do. Some of them are in the US and they keep inviting me there repeatedly. So this is the outline of the wonderful world that awaits you. It may seem to be a typical Indian thing, which it is, but you'd be surprised that even the Western model is not much different. Before we close, I should tell you something about the Western model. This is the father of Western medicine. When we're talking about Western medicine, we are talking about the science in which you get an MBBS degree. So the father of Western medicine was a Greek doctor called Hippocrates. I'll just recount some of his famous quotations, which will give you a clear picture that we are all on the same page the world over. His first quotation, he says, all diseases begin in the digestive system. So if you have to set any disease right, whether it is problem in your heart or your liver or your knees, the place to focus is your digestive system. In fact, he says all diseases begin in your colon. So if we can improve our digestive health, we can get rid of hundreds of complications. Second quotation, he says, let your food be your medicine. Do we really eat food as a medicine? No. We eat food as fun. The end result is then we have to take medicines as food. So healthy eating is an essential part, but then there's so many other things. Now, on the eating front, which I said is the most important factor here, one thing you must remember, a famous quotation, which was almost his instruction to the doctors. He says, never prescribe a medicine till a patient can be cured through food. That means, to begin with, you should try to cure a person through his food habits, change his food habits. In majority of the cases, he can be set right. My experience is, out of all the prevalent diseases, about 10% are genetic. They come with our blood. Just as we get good things from our parents, grandparents, certain diseases come to us. 10% are accidental. You met with an accident, that injury became infected. 10% can be environmental. So even that brings it to 30%. The other 70% are entirely the effect of our conscious lifestyle choices. So I would recommend to all of you that you should take good care of yourself. Don't be so enamored of your food or drink that it causes you obesity, aches and pains, and diseases, and even death. All these things can be gotten rid of at one go if only we decide that our body is our most priceless possession. We can replace a car, we can replace a house, but the body cannot be replaced, at least not yet. With minimal care, just a few small precautions, and it is good to run for all your life. No organ of your body should die down before you do. So I hope that this would encourage you to be more responsible towards you, towards your family, and hoping to see you in Dubai soon enough. Thank you very much, and namaste from my side.
Namaste, and thank you so much, Mr. Amar Chandel. Okay, so that is a wealth of information, that came to all of us. And I think from this just 25-minute session, there's so much I learned. I mean, I was just wondering how beautifully a comparison for, between a car and our body, and how we are so particular about making sure that the car is well serviced, the tire pressure is fine, the engine is doing okay, and how even a small deviation can cause that car to fail. And here, we don't take care of our body like that. And ironically, the car doesn't have emotions, intellect, we do. And so how this this physical well-being is so important to our mental and emotional well-being as well. So that was a great learning for me. I'm sure you guys learned a lot, and you can be sure that more information like this, tips, habits towards leading a balanced life, a healthy life, a holistic life, is going to come to you on the 17th and 18th. So the event location is just perfect, and the 2 days that you're going to be there from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. is going to have very curated food as well for you, that leads towards this a better and a healthier lifestyle. So imagine yourselves on the 17th and 18th having the best and the healthiest of food, getting a wealth of information from Mr. Amar Chandel, and probably watching the sunset from the Palm Jumeirah, and starting your journey, or this first step towards good health. And like Mr. Amar Chandel was saying, that some of his students, even from the 73 batch, are still with him. So it's amazing how he keeps connected with all his students, and how till now many students who've had benefits from health keep asking him questions, and he's always available for them. So it's a lifelong journey. It's not just 1-day event, 2-day event. So I hope you all are going to be there, and I hope that we all are going to see the benefit of this, and it could be the first step. Now, the good news is, for all those who've attended this free seminar, are going to get $100 off. Whoa, $100 off on the physical event, and $200 off on the virtual event that is happening on the 17th and 18th. And this offer ends on Monday evening. So literally you have 48 hours to avail of this and discover the self-healing power of the body with Amar Chandel. Is going to be one event that's going to be happening for the very first time in the Middle East. So I would suggest, a lot of us spend money on events like Sonu Nigam show and Rahat Fateh Ali Khan show and Beyonce. We would readily buy expensive tickets, but here I think buying a ticket and investing on your health is probably the most important thing that we could do. So there is a discount code that you can see, webinar-V. Make sure to enter that to avail of the discounted prices. And maybe I could request the organizer to put us a link where people watching us right now could click on the link. It opens up to another window. Save that for now, until I say bye-bye, and then you can go back to that page and register yourself for the event. So all the very best, and I hope that we see you there on the 17th and 18th, taking that first step towards good health and well-being. Thank you, and bye-bye.